Alright, welcome guys, welcome to our channel, welcome to Think Tank TV. My name, like you know, is Moses Warrior. So if you go through your street today, do a survey, ask as many people as you can ask. Do you want to be a CEO? Do you want to be the boss man? Do you want to be the successful person? I can assure you that majority of the people you would see and ask this question on your street are going to tell you something. I want to be the CEO. I want to be the boss man. I want to be in charge. I want to live a successful life. But the question here is, have you taken out time to check the skill sets of those who are CEOs, those who you wish to be like? Have you checked out the skill sets? Have you checked out the lifestyle they exhibit? Not to worry, because that's what we're treating today. We're treating the topic title 10 skill sets millionaires exhibit. So you want to sit back and enjoy yourself. So the first on my list is they exhibit aggressive patience. What do I mean by that? As a CEO, as a successful person, as a person you hope for, the moment you start pursuing your goal, you're already a candidate for success. That can be assured of you. But the question is, these goals that you're pursuing, how long is it going to become visible? That's why I keep telling people that read through the stories of successful men, read through the stories of CEOs, those people you want to meet. You'll find out that most of the time it took them quite some time. For some of them who are fortunate, it took them just a short time. So the question is that you need to exhibit patience in as much as you are still assertive of the fact that you will become successful. You need to be aggressively patient, hoping that one day every input you've made into your business, hoping that one day every sowed seed you have sown into your business is going to germinate to produce good results for you. That is why you must exhibit patience. And like I said to someone, consistency in what you do is a display of the fact that you truly believe in what you're doing. It's a display of the fact that you have faith in what you're doing. So you need to be consistent in what you do while you are exhibiting aggressive patience. I'll give you the instance of a person who is a farmer. If you as a CEO keeps planting every week, say you're planting 100 crops a week. Now, every week you plant 100 crops. It means that in 10 weeks you've planted over 1,000 crops. Now, like the farmer mentality, the farmer is not expecting to have return on his investment just that same week he has invested, or after 10 weeks, depending on the crop though. He's not expecting to get a return on investment immediately. But he's sure, he had this aggressive patient to know that indeed I have planted and one day there's going to be a result. So these are one of the criteria of a person who is a successful person, a person who is a CEO, a person who hopes to become a millionaire one day. You need to be aggressively patient, hoping that you're going to have a return on investment, hoping that one of the days when all the seeds you've imputed, all the seeds you've sown into your business is going to come out, your demand and your value is going to increase. That is when you can say, I hope to become a successful person. That is when you can say, I'm expectant that everything I've put in is going to produce results one day. All right, so the second skill set that millionaires exhibit is that they share the wealth. When Steve Jobs died, analysis has it that his total share value worth in Apple was just 0.6%. You won't believe that. In the whole of the Apple you're seeing today, he had just 0.6%. So it means he had investors. It means he had people who were investing in the business, people who were benefiting from the business, even more than 90% of what the business was producing. So the second skill set is what we call sharing the wealth. CEOs and millionaires who are in business ensure they share the wealth alongside people who are around them. So it means that partners, business owners, colleagues, and people who work with the business can be sure that they are going to partake of the wealth that is going to proceed from this business. So they have the skill set of sharing the wealth to people who partake, or people who impute, people who have an impact in the business that they do. They share the wealth. So you want to understand that as a CEO, as a person who wants to be a millionaire tomorrow, you must be willing to engage. You must be willing to ensure that your partners, your customers, your CEOs, your management team, your staff members are going to be benefiting from the wealth that will be accrued from whatever business venture you're into. So be ready to share the wealth if you want to be a millionaire. So the third skill set of a millionaire is that they are professional recruiters. You need to be able to look at the person and tell the person's capability, tell the person's ability by just an interview, by just a conversation. So people who are millionaires, people who are masterminds, people who you mimic are people who are professional recruiters. I'll give you a perfect example. You are one step away from increasing your sales, increasing your business to 50%, 100%, 200% by just one professional team member you're going to bring into your team. Now, how can you know this professional team member? if you're not a good recruiter, if you're not a person who can see a person and review or capitalize on the person's conversational skills to just have a conversation with the person and know a person who can succeed or can be best suitable in that your team to take your company to the next level. So the truth of the matter is that you must learn to be a professional recruiter. Like I advise people, for you to get the best people who are really willing to work with you, I advise people that you can go ahead to get volunteers. Why? Today, anybody can decide to work in any company just to make sure that they pay their bills. So they may be with you not because they really intend or want to be with you, but how can you now cipher those who are really willing to work with you in your business, those who are passionate about your business, those who are going to give you what you need to take your company to the next level? I think it's by volunteering. So you want to go ahead to use the volunteer strategy to get people into your business. Use the volunteer strategy to know those who are really willing to work with you. And as soon as you're able to cipher those people, you can now do what to give them the best remunerations. Why? Because loyalty cannot be compared to professionalism, like someone would say. If a person is loyal to you, they will give you their time. If a person is loyal to you, they are willing to work with you, not just for the remuneration, not just for the emolument, not just for the money. They are willing to give you their time. They are willing to impute in the business to make sure that the business moves forward. So you want to use that strategy to ensure you're recruiting the best persons into your business. So the fourth skill set is that they have problem-solving techniques. We're not talking about just people who are good at mathematics. We're talking about people who understand lifematics, because there's a great difference between mathematics and lifematics. Now, you must be a good problem solver for you to want to become a millionaire. What is problem solving? This is the situation we have. This is the problem we have right now. How do we solve it? What do we need to do? What 2 and 2, 3, 4, 5 things do we need to put? Who do we need to communicate with? Who do we need to send an email to? What move will we make that will get this problem solved? So if you do not have a problem solving technique, you can kiss being a millionaire away. Why? Because problem solving is a very critical criteria. It's a very critical skill set that a millionaire must have, because there are circumstances you're going to go meet, and it's not something you're going to say, I learned this in the school. You just need to use your initiative to identify what to do, to be able to put 2 and 2 together to make sure that you get yourself moving to the next level. So here's what we call the fourth skill that every person who wants to be a millionaire, and you can only become a problem solver by thinking, by engaging, by learning, which is going to be one of the skill sets we've set in this video. So the fifth skill set is what we call persuasion. What is persuasion? For you to want to become an entrepreneur, a CEO, or a millionaire, you must be willing, you must have the ability to persuade, first of all, your family. You need to persuade your family to tell them, hey, this is the journey I want to go into. You need to support me. You need to be able to persuade your customers. You need to be able to persuade partners. You need to be able to persuade clients. You need to be able to persuade customers. You need to be able to persuade people who work with you. So you must have that negotiation skill. You must have that communication skill to be able to persuade people that will work with you to take your business to the next level. Fifth skill set. So the sixth skill set is what we call energy management. Energy management. So we're talking about a high value man in our relationship show on Friday, where we are saying one of the major skills of a high value man is that he takes care of himself. Until you understand that your body, as a person who wants to be a CEO, as a person who wants to be a millionaire, is very critical. You must know how to manage your body. That's the reason why a lot of people go into taking cocaine, some people go into taking Red Bulls, some people go into taking coffee and different things. Why? Because they want to know what to do to be able to give them the ability to work 8 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, depending on the case may be. So you must know what works for you as a person to ensure that you are managing your energy enough. Know what works for you. Know what gives you the strength to work beyond the normal time. Know what gives you the strength to be able to work, to keep yourself strong enough to work, to be able to give you the energy that will require you to become a millionaire. So the seventh skill on my list is what I call leverage. There's one of my friends we call Daddy Leverage. What does that mean? He said he understands the place of leveraging in business. The sooner you know that you need the right thing to make you to be on a faster pace in your business, the better for your business. You see, we're going to be having issues with people who say they are first-class students in school. Why? Because there are people who are always dependent on themselves. There are people who think that they can always do what they want to do, how they want to do it. There are people who think that they don't need people to succeed. But those who were always dependent on people in school will understand what this means. As a person who wants to be a millionaire, as a person who wants to be a CEO, as a person who wants to be a successful person, you must learn leverage, because you're going to obviously leverage on different platforms. You're going to do negotiation. You're going to leverage with different business brands. You're going to leverage with different other groups. You're going to leverage with the right folks, the right technological tools. This is a combination of different things that will make your business to become successful. So leveraging is a very critical aspect of persons who wants to become a millionaire in the future. Number 8 is time management. Very critical. Until you learn how to manage time, you obviously cannot be seen as a person who wants to be a millionaire. How will you be able to know how to make a 1 hour call to become a 5 minutes call, yet being as effective as it should have been? Time management. How will you know what to give more time than what? How will you know what to prioritize your time on? How will you know what to do per time? How will you know how to prioritize your engagement? If you want to be a successful person, if you want to be a multi-millionaire, if you want to be a CEO, if you want to be a leader, you must learn time management. Very critical key for a person who wants to become a CEO. So the ninth point is what I call learning. In fact, this cannot be overemphasized. I heard of my mentor where he was saying that he had read 11,000 books. I was amazed. I didn't say 1,000. I didn't say 100. I said 11,000 books. How can you become a millionaire with so much impact if you do not have an optimistic mindset? If you're not a person who wants to know, if you're not a person who wants to improve, if you're not a person who wants to keep learning, how can you? It's not possible. The truth of the matter is that every CEO, every multi-millionaire is not a person who does not know how to learn. You must be a lover of books. You must be a lover of documentaries. You must be a lover of improvement. You must always know, how can we become better? How can we improve? What was the last thing we did? What was our last achievement? What was the last result we had? How can we improve on it? These are the mindset of a person who is a millionaire. So truth is, you must be a person who is willing to learn. You must be a person who is willing to read. You must be a person who is willing to become very careful about the information you get into your ears, into your eyes, into your mind, because that's obviously what's going to determine who you will become in the future. So the 10th on my list is money management. I was referring to someone that said money is actually the direct proportion of the quality and quantity of service you're willing to render. So if you do not know how to manage money, you're obviously not a qualified person to become a millionaire. The truth of the matter is that as we keep accessing money, as we keep having money, truth is, the money keeps depleting, it keeps debiting, it keeps reducing. Why? Because you need to keep engaging, you need to keep purchasing, you need to keep spending. So your ability to know how to multiply this money, how to keep this money, multiply it, is what will make you to become a CEO, is what makes you to become a multi-millionaire. This is one of the major criteria. Money management is one of the topics I'll treat actually, but you must be a good money manager for you to become a millionaire. And I trust you've learned something today. The truth of the matter is that this thing is not a wishy-washy thing. It's not magic. It's not gimmicks. It is skill that all of us need to learn. I didn't go deep into it because we have a very short time for this program, but do well to stick to our program. Bring forth insightful content that will be very educative to you. So try to subscribe, try to hit the like button, try to mail us, do an email to us, call us on the phone, tell us how we'll be of service to you, and we're here to serve you. My name is Moses Warrior, and this is Think Tank TV. Thank you so much, viewers, for all those who have subscribed, who have been watching our content. We do not take it lightly. Thank you so much for joining us.